4 months ago, he walked away from the charts. Abina left Power40 for Bonny Island's oil money. He came back, broken. But then, he restarted. With Sammy. With the rules. 35 lessons. $5 a day. One system. From Delta desperation to weekly freedom. Enroll now. Start with lesson 1 for $5. Your comeback starts here.
Welcome, I am Francis, and as you may know, I am the coach and mentor for Power40 trading community. So right now I want to show you the power of trading with the scientific trading method, something that you cannot find anywhere else. Yes, so before I go into giving you too much information, like what we call information overload, okay? Yeah, so this is something you can look at and try to figure out what is really going on here. Okay, so in Power40, we already have a program ongoing, which is an accelerated income program for traders. Yes, this accelerated income program is one that we want to help our traders to start achieving an uncommon goal, income goal, yes, or income growth as a goal, okay, an uncommon income growth from trading. All right, now if you look at the chart, this is XAUUSD. In Power40, we specialize in XAUUSD, that is gold, paired with the US dollars. And this is the asset we focus on. Now, in this scientific method that we use, we are able to do the longest range projection and meet exactly the time of takeoff that nobody else in the world has been able to resolve or find out how to do. This method is our proprietary method, but we are not keeping it secret. We are teaching it in the Power40 STS course, which means what you see on the chart right now, you are going to learn exactly how to do it. So if you look through this video till the end, okay, why I go down to talk about the business of trading and why you should become a trader and follow us in our Power40 trading community, okay, why you pay attention to what I say, I want you to also look at the projection that has been done. Yes, because you can never find a replica of this projection anywhere else in the world. No trading institutes, all right, no financial company anywhere in the world can boast of this kind of projection with its 100% accuracy. And I have done this live so that you can see it for yourself and know that we are not making empty claims. The model we use called price sequence with mathematical rules are precise and achieve above 100% accuracy in our entry projections. So I have been posting on my Facebook timeline, post on my LinkedIn profile, all right, but it seems I am posting to ghosts. Yes, those who do not know the value of what I am posting, okay, or cannot interact with my post. So if I have been posting this way and someone thinks, okay, what's this person talking about? He's not the only trader in the world, so why does he want us to pay attention to him? Well, that is because you do not know the value of what I am showing you. That is why I've made this video, so that you can look at it yourself, see it happen in real time, and tell me this is not an edited video, okay? This is not a video that has gone through any kind of review or whatever. This is as it is, okay? So I am uploading it just as recorded so that you don't say anything here was altered. I'm showing you in real time. I did this projection before the move, and you are going to see how this goes down till the end. So watch this video till the end. Don't skip a bit, all right? While I go down to explain the business of trading. So do you know why you might feel or say you are not interested in anything that has to do with trading? Well, if I mention it to you right now, this might be the thought. I mean, if you are hearing about trading for the very first time, okay, and you happen to stumble upon this video, but you are just completely new or a novice, right? But you've heard about trading from someone else, or you've heard rumors about trading. So I want to tell you why you might not be interested. So I will tell you right now that it is because no one has told you the truth about the fear of loss and how it works for and against you in the capital markets. So I will spill the beans and tell you exactly what no one has ever told you. The truth about loss of trading capital meant for capital market trading. This is not a motivational speech. This is not a training session. This is an eye-opener, truth-telling conversation. And I want you to look at it on your screen even while I'm talking. So you're going to learn this in the course, okay? That is what I have already put down in the Power40 trading community. I am the owner of this, this project, okay? Francis Bestman Isugu, that's my name. Okay, so I am the owner or founder of Power40. This is my brainchild. The very idea of scientific trading itself is my brainchild. Okay, and this is something I have perfected over years of consistent application. So for me to develop it to this stage is because I want everyone else to see it. I started with a small group of people when I developed it first as a game concept. All right. So even as a game concept, many people thought, oh, it's not possible. How can you just trade without even doing your technical analysis or don't care about fundamental analysis? That was the first, response I got. And it was like, oh, so it seems I'm forcing someone to believe this. I have to take it to the next level. That is why I created the Power40 trading community and scientific trading school. Okay. So now that I have the scientific trading school and the Power40 trading community, now the STS course has been, put out there so that you can be part of it and learn what I have developed. So you don't say, okay, this person had this idea and was waiting for an institution to grab it. No, I made it available for everyone. So like I said, this is not a motivational speech, yes, and this is not a training session. Why? Because this is an eye-opener, truth-telling conversation, and I'm telling you the truth about how I have been able to set the pace for trading with a scientific trading method, and how you too can come to do exactly what I can do. So, what is the truth about trading losses? Pay close attention. You might never learn about this from anyone else after now, unless you have to watch this video and it always be my voice. So there is a plan for every amount of capital required for trading, and the plan is to secure a spot in the markets. It is called placing a bid with what you have and then turning your bid into a bait for the markets. Let me explain this a little more or in a little more details. So, first, the plan is to trade a setup that has defined two things, which are risk and reward. Since the plan takes into account a calculated amount of risk for an amount of reward, the risk refers to the total amount of money you will be willing to bid with to secure your position for a reward. It is equal to an immediate loss of a portion of your capital, because in the market, placing a bid is called bidding on a position to open, and is immediately money spent to acquire a number of the assets being traded. So, when you go to the market Talking about foodstuff market, okay? Yes, you are exchanging your money for value when you purchase any item. That is what happens in the market. That money you have spent is already gone. Okay? It is what you do with the item you purchase that will tell you whether you gain from that. So there is a reward, but you have to risk that money by spending it on that item. If the item, maybe you bought a foodstuff, you took it home, something happened, you couldn't make it, and you realize, oh, it's rotten, you have to go back, right? And that is when loss is directly implied. All right. But in the implicit sense of spending money, any money spent to acquire anything is lost to you and gained by the receiver. Is that not so? So this is where the concept of loss applies in the market. So at the time of buying, you know that the asset's future is probably going to be either a rise or fall in its interest rate. You know, you can lose if you made an entry projection for the asset to rise, but the asset ends up falling, or you projected the assets could fall, but it ends up rising. Either ways, you also calculate how much you can accept in loss. Hence, you lock that amount as your tolerable risk, called stop loss. The moment you set your stop loss, you have accepted the total risk calculated on the trade in order to protect your capital from maximum drawdown that could drain all your capital. This is the first thing you decide when bidding on a trade position to open. So this is like you went to the market with a shopping list, right? And you came along with extra money. So have that in mind. So you have a budget, first of all, and then you have a shopping list. So a shopping list now tells you how much of your budget you are going to spend. All right. So that total amount you spend is what we are looking at as your stop loss. Okay. So you do not intend to spend all the money you came with. You have a shopping list. And that is how it is in the financial market or capital market or money market. They all mean the same thing. So as a matter of fact, it is because of this very calculation that you are given the opportunity to expect any amount of reward from the open position. And the beautiful thing is that the reward is guaranteed if you have enough capital to repeat the bid after accepting a set amount of loss and reviewing your trade setup correctly. So what this is referring to is like you go to the market, you have already spent what you intended, okay, to spend on your list item, but luckily you found something that was a one-time, okay, item on the stock, and oh, thank God you have extra money. You go add it to your cart. That is because you have the opportunity of extra money, and that is what happens in the market, okay, when you trade. So the capital you spend to get one position that doesn't go right at one time, okay, if it is not all the money you have, you can still get back that position, all right, by repeating your entry with the same setup. So that's why you want to always make sure your risk tolerance per bid is low enough to allow you to reassess your entry plan and repeat your entry setup after correcting the cause of the previous loss. More so, your entry gets better and better each time you repeat it after any loss is accepted. When you know how to reassess your setup, you are able to take a better position that guarantees your reward. Just like starting a business that you plan to scale quickly, your first product is a trial product. Your first customer is a test user. And you need positive review and customer feedback after experiencing your product in order to improve your market offering. So, during the first pilot of your product sales and marketing, you are testing and not yet getting any reward because you are at the stage of research and validation of your product value. In fact, your product value will be improved after several tests, which will influence the pricing that will be the overall determinant of your future reward. So, the first money you spend on developing your product is your bid on the future improvement of the product, not a guarantee of immediate reward for building your product. Same is experienced in real estate. When you start planning to build a property for sale or buy a property for fix and flip, it doesn't immediately guarantee that you will recoup your capital at a set period of time. The first money you spend on development may seem like a loss, but it is not a loss unless you abandon the project. It is part of the development costs. If you eventually finish the property development and fixes, you will be able to place a price tag on it. And that is when you can start marketing it and start expecting your reward. And it is going to be after some time of putting in the required work and spending some extra money on sales and marketing. Now, even look at, okay, a gas business. That's you are setting up a gas plant. Okay, let's look at this business model, for example. What you do, you buy a parcel of land, okay, for development. You get the local approval for installing the gas plant, okay. Now you get the fabrication done for your gas storage or tank, all right. Then you make sure you prepare the environment and have all your pressure pumps and everything needed to start servicing customers. Now, before even you get your first pay from any customer, you now have to fill your own gas storage. Now, from the moment of purchasing land, you have not sold to any customer. The moment of developing the land, getting approval, paying for license, you have not made a single sales. The moment of fabricating your storage, you have not made a single sale, but you have kept spending money, right? Then after doing everything that has to be done to make the premises look attractive, okay, and you are about opening, you now have to get your gas storage tank filled first. So you have to fill your own storage tank first. Okay. At the time of storage tank filling, you are not making any sales. Instead, you are spending money, right? Then let's talk about the time you start making money. It starts with one customer. And one customer does not empty your tank, which means you have already put in more money than you are getting per time when a customer comes to fill their gas. And now your gas is going to remain full until a number of customers, okay, come to demand for your gas. As you keep filling into your customers' gas cylinders, you are discharging from your own stock of gas, okay, which means that you don't get back your money invested in one sitting. All right, it has to be by repeatedly serving your customers. And now you keep checking your gas to know the storage available quantity so you can keep topping up in order not to run out of product to service your customers. So at every time you are almost at a loss, though it is an implied loss, not an explicit loss. So which means it's an implicit loss, but not an explicit loss. You are only losing the money, okay, per time, but you are converting it into value for a future reward. So that if you finish making your sales, because you already have the pricing per kilogram of gas you fill, you now realize your profits, okay? But now you focus on repeatedly serving your customers in order to keep the possibility of getting your reward check. So which means that you must first put in the costs required. You must spend the money. This is for a business that is lucrative. You can see that, right? So at every time you are parting away with money in order to be able to receive future benefits, which is profit on sales. Trading in the capital market is the same thing, and it's like any project that needs development capital or budget. If you have understood this fundamental of capital planning, you can begin to pick interest in trading because of the benefits of trading. So the benefits of trading are substantial and numerous. I would like to tell you more about them, especially comparing with other projects. Trading in the capital market is all about flipping assets that you don't develop yourself. You only bid on the asset's performance and secure a position to support your assessment of the asset's probable performance. You will have to study the asset to determine its highly probable performance. Then you make an entry projection based on that probable performance. Now, with your expectations already tenable, you need to decide how much you want to bid on that asset's future performance. So you're actually bidding on the future possibility of getting a reward that is highly probable. All right. You are not in control of the reward you are expecting. The same thing with any other business. So anything can come in the middle of your expectation and even cut your expectation short in any other business, any other project. There are always the unforeseen circumstances, right? But there is a difference when you apply this same worry in the market. So in the market, you have at the back of your mind that if that asset performs well, your money's value will be worth more than you actually bid. And that is why you are going to plan to bid with a sizable amount of capital. During bid placement, you will first calculate the unit cost of the asset bid value, then multiply that cost by the number of units of the bid value you want to place, which means you can multiply your reward potential just by multiplying the number of units of bid value of that asset deducted from the capital you have on ground. This is very beneficial because it saves time compared to other types of business projects. So let's look at some benefits you can't find elsewhere. For the capital market, all you need to increase your profit on an asset you place any bid is to multiply the number of units of the bid value you have enough capital to pay for. You don't need extra space like land space for real estate projects. You don't need extra customers like other commercial products, just like the gas plant. You don't need extra staff members like other service-oriented projects, and you don't need extra clients or back-end upsells like e-commerce and even talent marketplaces. So in the markets, you don't need extra time. It is still going to require the same amount of time to get you the higher amount of rewards once you have more money to cover the cost of the increased number of units of bids called lot size or position size. You don't need extra machinery or manpower and man hour as in civil projects, construction, and industrial works. You don't need extra equipment. You don't need extra storage space as in tech projects or even in the gas plants that we've talked about. The capital market revolves around your capital and expertise mainly. The assets you choose are independent of your work, space, and business networks. Once you have the expertise or access or ability to assess the asset's future performance, and you have the money to place the bid, also called position opening or trading, you are good to go. and you can make so much money in a small amount of time. Why this is the case, you don't find any other opportunity that puts you at the doorstep of growing your income with just capital budget than the capital markets. Every other business is affected by several external factors. You can rise and fall, and that is what the assets also experience. But the assets experience of performance fluctuations, known as price volatility, always presents you an opportunity to gain where you already calculated your risk. But for other businesses, bad experience can lead to loss and keep you out of business or in debt and drained for a long time. So with this knowledge, you see that what makes you feel trading is not for you is because you are not well informed about it and you need money for it. Yet, money in the capital market is always leveraged, which means you need far less capital to start and grow your income from capital market trading than you need on any other business. Let's look at more examples. So if you wanted to buy a property for fix and flip, you need to spend $20,000 for buying and fixing a property potentially valued at $60,000 when sold. This will take you more time to achieve than you need in the capital markets. In the capital market, a potential $60,000 reward can be achieved in 1 week with only $6,000. And even if you don't have $6,000, you can start with $600 to focus on achieving $6,000 first and then scale $6,000 to $600,000, spending only 2 weeks, which also means you can achieve $60,000 with only $600 in 2 weeks. You can achieve $600,000 from only $600 in only 3 weeks. You can achieve $6 million from only $600 in only 1 month. This is all happening within a short amount of time and expertise in planning your trade without needing anything but focus. You can't achieve this from any other business. So ideally, you can start your capital market plan with as little as $100 and achieve results as mentioned above. However, the methods for achieving any results differ, and that is why experience is needed. To gain experience, you need training on the method itself. And since there are different methods, you need to choose the method you can easily master and apply. This is where coaching and mentoring programs come in. Find a coach and mentor first. Doing so will save you time of searching for methods by trial and error yourself. Every coach and mentor has their own preferred method. So the best way to find any method at all is to find the first coach and mentor. The coach and mentor you find first will help you plan the capital budget you need for trading capital markets alongside the cost of coaching and mentoring on the first method to start with. So the first step forward is speaking with a coach today. So I would like to ask you, have you had a coach and mentor in trading capital markets before? Well, you can always answer that, you know where to do so. How was your coaching and mentoring program? Okay, you can also tell me about that. How much did you pay for coaching and mentorship? So I would like to get these answers from you actually. If you have watched this video to this point, then I'd like you to write to me, okay? In our contact us box, you can write to me, okay? In our comment section also, you can write to me. Now, if you haven't delved this path before, there is nothing to worry about. So now this is where my solution comes in handy. Power40 trading community is the best starting point for finding the right coach and mentor with the most affordable cost of coaching and most reliable method of mastering trading the capital market. And that method is known as the STS course. That is Scientific Trading School online course. Now, if you join the Power40 trading community today, you will get free access to your coach and mentor. We're talking about me, okay? So is there anything more affordable than something free? I say you can access me free. Now, looking at the trading that I started with, you can see how far it has gone according to my projection, right? You can't find this anywhere else. I said this from the beginning. Take a look at your screen. You see what is happening in the market. I drew that projection from the right point where it started from, exactly the right time. Now, how do you ever know the right time for the move to take place? That is what you will find out in my coaching program. So start right now. Join the Power40 trading community today. It is free for life. I mean, joining is free for life. Once you are in, your coach will contact you free of charge. Of course, if you join right now, I will see you and they'll be able to contact you, okay? So once you start speaking with your coach, you can start your capital budget planning with your coach to get you started on the path to mastering capital market scientific method of trading, only taught in the Power40 STS course. With the right capital for the course, priced only $175, but paid in a daily $5 installment per lesson, your journey begins seamlessly. So if you are thinking about how much you actually need to start the Power40 STS course, you can see here it's as little as $5 per lesson. And if you take all 35 lessons, it means this whole lesson is going to cost you only $175. So as you start learning with your coach, right here by your side, you will get the experience you need to start capital market trading. Once you decide to start trading while still on training, you can decide your budget for trading capital depending on the goal you have set for your income. For example, you should plan 10% capital for any income goal you set. That's with the help of Power40, of course. And to protect your capital further, plan 10 weeks for achieving any capital plan and income goal you have set. That means if you plan on achieving $1,000, you should budget 10 weeks of trading with $100. That's when doing it on your own. And also that is after learning to trade the capital market by completing the Power40 STS course. But if you want to achieve it faster, then you need to work out an accelerated income plan with your Power40 coach. That is if you have a pressing need and a tight budget. For instance, you want to pay for your rent in 1 month time, and all you have right now is $100, which will mean to pay 10% part payment for your rent, which costs $1,000. And you need an additional $900 within 1 month time. Otherwise, your landlord will evict you. Now, this is a very urgent situation, and you can't achieve it on your own because you only have $100, right? And because you don't have 10 weeks on your side, you only have 4 weeks, which will make 1 month, right? However, with your Power40 coach, you can still achieve the $1,000 goal in 4 weeks, starting with the same $100. So it is your coach that will decide a suitable method for helping you achieve that kind of accelerated income goal. So if you can see why you need your coach right now, I would like to know, will you want to experience this kind of accelerated income program starting this month? And also, will you like to meet your Power 40 coach today? If you say yes, then I want you to take action right now. Join the Power 40 trading community, okay? And then go down and see more details about the accelerated income program from Power 40. So from what I have said so far, I have discussed the concept of trading in the capital market, highlighting the importance of understanding the fear of loss and how it works. I have explained that trading involves bidding on assets with a calculated risk and reward, and that losses are a natural part of the process. More so, I have emphasized the benefits of trading, including the potential for high returns with minimal capital and the ability to scale quickly. So, here are key points I want you to remember. They include: one, trading is like a project. It requires development capital, and the first money spent is like a bid on the future improvement of the project. Also, risk management is crucial. Setting a stop loss helps limit potential losses and protect capital. Also, leverage is key. Trading in the capital market allows for leverage, meaning you can potentially earn high returns with a small amount of capital. And also, benefits of trading: it saves time, it doesn't require extra space or staff, and allows for flexibility in scaling. Now, I have mentioned that the Power 40 trading community, which offers a free mentorship program and a course, that is the STS course, to learn the scientific trading method, is some solution that you can't find anywhere else unless you are a member of the community. So the community's aim is to provide a supportive environment for traders to learn and grow. So what do you think about trading in the capital market? Will you want to join the Power 40 trading community? Look at what I've said. See what I've shown you on your screen. Are you not impressed with what you're saying? You can show this to anyone, share this video with anyone so you get to know what they think about it. This has not been hidden from you in your own eyes. If you followed my setup, why I made this setup all the while you were on this video, if you were actually with me live right now, when this information was provided and you knew how to trade, you know how much you would have made from this? Let me shock you. If you had $100, you would have made an extra $100 just during the same time of watching me on this video. Okay, because I showed you how trading is done and exactly what happens when you have the right projection. You could see my projection. You could see how the market is running through a 1,000 pips journey. So if you want to understand what this means, you need to take the course, the STS course, and have me coach you. I remain Francis Bestman Isugu. The Power 40 Accelerated Income Program is open. You don't need to pay any money to join. So join right now and get access to me for your coaching and mentoring program so I can help you earn good income that will support your everyday needs. See you when you join Power 40 Trading Community. Thank you. So now I would like you to tell me what you think about what I have shown you so far. So I've taken you through past analysis. As you can look at your screen right now, you see that I am pointing to, first of all, the high price after price had moved from a lower sequence level. Okay, so now price kept going upward. Now this is from past. This is from a previous projection I did. Okay, so price kept going upward. Now when it goes up, sometimes you think, okay, this price is not really having any target. The average technical analyst doesn't see that far because you are like looking into a time frame limited space, right? That is a limited time frame. for your analysis. That's, let's say you are doing analysis for intraday trading, you're only seeing all the things that will justify your intraday setup, right? And you don't see beyond that. But since my trading projection is for a swings, you can notice that my time frame remained fixed at 15 minutes. I did not alter time frame. I did not use any larger time frame, 4 hours, neither did I use 1 hour or 30 minutes. I stuck with 15 minutes all through, and yet it is accurate for my intraday setup. So if this is what I have been able to prove in several, you can look at my chart, you see different points where I did this same analysis, and this is the most recent one right now. Okay, this is the most recent level. You see how the price graduated from the base, and all of this happened in one day. So in one day, price made a move of about, let's call it 890 pips. Okay, so far from 4118 to 4202. All right, look at it here. That's 4202 where price has got to. You see that that is over 800 pips move. This is in one day, but this projection was done for 1 month, not one day. So how do you feel about this? You can only get this experience when you are in the Power 40 trading community, which I want you to join so that you can learn how to do this yourself and then take part in my coaching program. Now, apart from the coaching program, I treat everyone as a novice. That is why I say you are a ghost. You are a ghost because you are maybe participating in the market, but not affecting the market. And the market is not affecting you. You are just like someone who has opportunity, but cannot make good use of it. That is a ghost. Okay. So a ghost has already left the zone of having effect on anything. You have money, but you are not making your money work for you. You are a ghost. Now, in the market, we have so many ghosts, so many people who could have made benefits or enjoy the potential of trading, but are not doing so because of fear and doubt and lack of expertise and knowledge and experience. And that is why I am here to be your coach and mentor. All you need is to join a Power 40 trading community and you have access to me. I will help you transition from ghost to gold. That is my value proposition, to help you transition from ghost to gold. And as you do this, your money begins to make more money for you. And then you can even not just back up your current active income, all right, but earn beyond what you currently earn from any business venture. If you have the money, you can see the value. And I've already compared it with doing business even as a gas distributor. That's, you own a gas station or a gas plant. Okay, with trading, you can beat that expectation. You don't have all the time to wait for your customers to come. There is no waiting time here. It's just do your setup, understand how it works, and then put in the money required. You see how much people spend on gas businesses? Well, that is because they have the money, right? But you do not need to spend any of that amount when you want to make money from the financial market. You just spend 10% of the value you are expecting. But in the real business world, you need to spend more than, let's call it 1,200% of what you're expecting. You see that, let's say your turnover is going to be like 8% per month. So many businesses fall within 8% return on capital per month, right? But on trading, we are talking about you achieving 100% per week. How do you see that? So the more capital you put in, the more money you make. And you just don't do that on your own. You need a coach and a mentor to guide you on a trading method you can master quickly. And that is where the Scientific Trading School comes in, provided by Power 40. And I am the owner of this intellectual property. Everything about Power 40 is mine. I am the founder of Power 40, Scientific Trading School, and the Power 40 Trading Community. So I can't wait to have you join and start benefiting and sharing your testimony. All right. So let's see you get in as quickly as possible. And I wait to talk to you directly once you sign up for membership, which is free, in joining the Power 40 Trading Community. So finally, let me show you what has happened. Like I told you, for the Power 40 Trading Community, we are using the scientific trading approach. to determine entries that have up to 1000 pips range, and that is our swings entry projection. That is one setup for the week. Now this was the setup. Okay, this is our price sequence projection. When you see this diagram on my screen at any time, which you will also learn to add to your screen after you have completed your lesson, you would already know that this diagram represents the starting point of our projection. Okay, so we have mainly 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 levels in this projection. So for these 6 levels, we have the directional bias, okay, depending on where price stays above. So this is not supposed to be a lesson. This is like a proof. So I will not be explaining how to put this on your screen unless you are in the course. So for now, I want to show you the proof which this is meant to show, okay, how our projection worked out. So now let's look back. I believe you recognize this already. Let's look and see where we did our most recent projection and how price went out. So you can remember this line. Remember when I put this line here, the market was just coming down with this very candle. This candle was still bearish at the beginning. Okay, now this candle, I projected that it will be the beginning of price running upward, okay, by 1000 pips. And if that was looking unrealistic to you, let me show you what happened at the end of the day. So finally, let's see how price journeyed. Follow this line through and see where price got to. Okay, so let's look at it. All right, so this was price now making the move, bouncing on the level here. Okay, this level is called our average price, or this is buy fib. Okay, 0 to 10 times 5 arrow. This is the meaning. If I highlight it, you can see that buy fib 0 to 10 times 5 arrow. Let's look at it. You see, if I want to edit it, what do you see here? Buy fib 0 to 10 times 5 arrow, right? Good. So that was the line. Now let's look at this projection arrow I put here. This arrow pointing upward is called projection arrow. So let me highlight it also. You see the name and the the purpose. By fib 10 times 5 arrow to fib arrow times 10. Okay, so this is our sequence projection. Now when we are using mathematical sequence like this, and we are basing on our scientific method of analysis, we are able to get the most accurate projection ever and with the longest range ever, most accurately. So let's look at the beginning. You see where I put this? That was the very beginning of the movement, right? And did it come out through? Let's look at the price factor here. What was I projecting? Look at the 2 points. First point, the first price was 4118. That is where the base of the projection arrow is standing at. Then the second point is where 4218. This is exactly 1000 pips projection. And if you recall, I put this on my screen before even the move happened, right? You can go back to the beginning of this video to see how I put it on my screen. So now let's look at that when it happened. At first, it looked like, well, this market was coming down, right? But did I change my projection? No. What happened? The market moved from the 10 times 5 arrow, buy fib 0 to 10 times 5 arrow, and came where? To buy fib arrow. So stopping at buy fib arrow, this was first test, rejected and bounced up, went up by over 130 pips, came back down again to test the where buy fib arrow, bounced again, and this was the bounce. This were the subsequent later attempt to test it, but did not test it, right? Did not touch, okay? But this very bounce that happened here, see how it was sustained, price moved, let's count how many pips moved, price surge. This was from 4124. Of course, we had already taken our entry from where 4118, right? Projecting that price will get to 4218, which is 1000 pips. Now price bounced. Let's see the move all the way up to where 42. So the last thing I showed you was where price was here. Okay, so price got to 4201 and 02, right? And then after the recovery, let's see how the movement ended. So let's see, you see where price got to? Price got to 4210, remaining just 8 points. All right, to complete the arrow. You can see the arrowhead. All the while price was making this move, you could not see the arrowhead. Now you can see where the arrowhead got to, right? And you notice when I was adding the other arrow to the screen, which was the end point. Now it's not visible here. So I'm going to try to edit it so that I can extend it for you to see where it got to. So this is 13, 14, right? Today is 14 when I'm finishing this so that you see and confirm with me how effective our projections are. So good. Now you see here price got to, let's look at it, 4211. All right, where we have our 1000 pip exit at 4218 because we took our entry from 4118, right? So let's look at that projection. Did price finally reach that point, and how did it even get there? See, price came down to 4181, okay, then bounced up and crossed where? Let's look at exactly where price got to. You see the arrow? That is the closing price. You see how price got exactly to 4218. Look at what price it once it got there. 4218. Our projection, fib zero projection. Do you see the respect it had for it? 4218. And that was where price got to and just dropped by only, let's look at it, less than 200 pips, and finally got above it, broke it, and then what do you see next? Price was above our exit. So correct and complete 1000 pips movement. So this completed the next day. You can see that, but kept you in profit. This is what a swings trading is, and you can see how accurate it was. 100% accuracy. And then price leveled itself above it, and then finally returning back down. So now price is still around our zone. Okay, price is still around our zone, and today is Friday, which is the third day. You see price going back to retest the level. So price is now going back today to retest the level, which is 4218 level. Price is going back to retest that level. All right. So what do you think will be the next price point? What will price do next? Can you predict with us? This is why you need to learn our scientific trading method. But if you see me add anything to my screen, know that I'm already giving you an indication of where price will go next. And we always get this accurately. So for this very week, okay, for this very week, you can see that we have achieved the setup plan for this week. The same thing happened the previous week, the very previous week, the previous week, and the triple previous week. How do you see that? Consistency every week, giving you 100% accuracy with 1000 pips projection for each week swing setup. And I boast and say you can't find this anywhere else. So why not take this proof I have shown you and show it to the world? Let them come and ask for the scientific trading method, which no one else can show you except those who are members or alumni of our 40 Scientific Trading School. And I want you to experience this and become an ambassador, become a brand promoter of the Power 40 trading community. This is going to help everyone out there to achieve consistent income. And I've proven this week to week, week to week. I've shown this in several videos. You can see it coming to play. All my projections coming to play 1000 pips in a week. What are you waiting for? Don't you want to enjoy and experience this also? Then you have to start now to enroll for the Power 40 trading community and the Power 40 STS course. I look forward to seeing you inside to succeed with you to be your coach and mentor. I remain Francis Bestman. Thank you for choosing Power 40 trading community. Here is a piece of advice I gave some time ago to a new trader, and I think it will also be helpful to you. Just listen and make your mind up. Thank you. That this is something you can get if we handled it for you. But if you did it yourself and you follow through our plan, you could earn more than that 25%. All right. So when you talk to friends, give them the real story of what Forex trade is about. That is what we are trying to ingrain in your mindset so that you focus on it and don't let yourself be carried away by noise around. Okay, this thing you are seeing will serve you for life. This forex income will serve you for life. It will support you in hard times. It will be your backbone when you have no one to turn to for money. Okay, it's something that you can hold on to, travel with any part of the world and be recognized for how you make your money. So it's enough for you to plan for it. Like somebody goes to school for 4 years, not even being sure of how to make money with the knowledge acquired. But you learn forex trade today, you are sure of how to make money with it. So what am I telling you? Put your head in the game. Focus on raising funds. Tell your friends the truth about it. It is not like the investment scams that people put money into and the next day they are ripped off it. Don't wait for somebody to rip you before you learn the hard way. Learn this thing and do it yourself. The solution to making it work for you is having the right amount of capital to trade with. Now we are saying you don't need to go and work too hard to look for that fund. Collaborate. See, collaboration is a simple thing. We do it every time. We do it everywhere. We spend money every day. We meet people who spend money every day. All you need to do is let them be willing to work with you on this plan. Set collaborative goal. Okay, this is what we can achieve together. Why not we do this together? Say, guy, if you can use this money like this and work with me like this, you tell two of your friends also who have this money, let's do it like this. Small, small. See, it takes drop of water to make a mighty ocean. Do you understand? So small, small, as the money is dropping, top, 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 $25, $25, $25. How many times will it drop for you to make $250? Okay, 10 times. $250 like a savings. Sometimes you see your year ends without you having a savings to enjoy your Christmas. Okay, and today everybody wants to become a fraudster. Why must you become a fraudster? Did you go to school to scam others? People who have worked hard for their money. Stop telling yourself lies, okay, and allowing people to deceive you. Start earning your money. If you can get stable income, consistent income, you can make wave. All right, you can make wave. Like you see, I'm trying to be professional in using the projections I've given you for the month. But you know that what I'm telling you, if you learn how to do it yourself, we are talking about something you could be seeing at least 2% per day for yourself, at least just something that is within range or achievable. Okay, and if not for the risk involved with small funds, you can even use your small fund and be seeing 10% daily. Imagine those small funds, you can actually be making 10% daily, but because of the risk that you rise today, you fall tomorrow, rise today, you fall tomorrow. That is why we are saying plan your capital properly. Like you wanted to go to school, you wanted to travel out of the country, you wanted to start a business, you needed the card, not just go empty handed. That is what forex deserves also. So don't wait until you spend 6 months realizing that what I told you was the truth. Okay, it should have been like wasted 6 months. That 6 months you would have gained enough experience, made enough money, and at least be ready to upgrade. Okay, now you are very young. Don't wait until you become desperate when pressure come upon you from family, from girlfriends, from wife, from whatever. You see, from your needs. No, start now that you are young. See, look online. You see, a lot of people are switching into digital sustainable income. And the best of them all is forestry because it's so easy. You don't need to buy any goods. You don't need to understand any protocol. All you need to do is put your head in the game, have the money, get a trainer or a mentor, and follow through the training, the mentorship. This is mentorship free. Imagine you're not paying anything for it. Did not look for me anywhere. Somebody recommended me to you, and I now pass the opportunity on to you, including a finance team that can support you. Take advantage of this thing, guy. You are in school now means you have friends. If you don't have quality friends, then bullshit those people. Look for new friends. Okay? Be free, expressive, talk about your needs. As you're in school, it's time for you to network properly with people who will be significant in the things you are going to do tomorrow, what you're going to become tomorrow. Most people build their life and their circle of influence from those people they met while in school. Don't be associating with the wrong company that is not ready to grow. That's the wrong people that's not ready to grow. Okay? Talk to people who have reasoning. Think about Facebook when it started. He talked to the right persons. Okay, some persons were at scoffers who did not see value in what he was saying. Others found value in it and they took advantage of it. Those are those who have joined him in the billionaire ranking today. How much is the Mark Zuckerberg earning today? We are all praising Mark Zuckerberg, Elon Musk, but it was about collaboration. Anything worthwhile requires a teamwork, a team spirit behind it. Guy, start now so that you don't say it's too late tomorrow. Thank you.